Two nuclear powers, massive armies of trained soldiers divided by religion, and just one wrong move away from a global catastrophe. This is the story of the conflict between India and Pakistan. Watch this video until the very end. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Let's begin. The roots of the India-Pakistan conflict go way back. The arrival of the British East India Company in the 17th century marked the beginning of huge changes. By the 19th century, the British Empire, also known as the Raj, ruled this vast and diverse land. Colonial rule brought some modern advancements, but it also planted the seeds of future conflict. The British skillfully used religious and cultural differences to divide and conquer. As the movement for independence grew, these differences became even more important for the future of the subcontinent. The Indian independence movement, inspired by leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, fought for a united and undivided India. However, the Muslim League, led by Muhammad Ali Jinnah, insisted on the creation of a separate Muslim state. In 1947, the birth of India and Pakistan was overshadowed by unprecedented violence and a massive exodus of people. The partition of India, based on a hastily drawn plan, led to chaos and bloodshed. Millions of people found themselves on opposite sides of the new borders, causing mass migration and intercommunal clashes. The partition fueled religious intolerance, leaving a deep scar on both nations. The newly formed government struggled to cope with the colossal refugee crisis. The partition left the status of Kashmir unresolved, turning it into a major point of contention between India and Pakistan. The wounds from this division poisoned the relationship between the two countries and cast a shadow over their future. At the heart of the India-Pakistan conflict lies the disputed territory of Kashmir. Nestled in the Himalayas, Kashmir has been a bone of contention between the two countries since they gained independence. After the partition of India, Kashmir faced a difficult choice: join India or Pakistan. Maharaja Hari Singh initially tried to maintain independence, but in 1947 he signed the Instrument of Accession to India. This decision sparked the conflict. The First Kashmir War ended in 1949 with no clear victor. Both countries held parts of Kashmir, dividing it. The line of control divided the region, further deepening the rift between India and Pakistan. The Kashmir conflict flared up again in 1965 and 1971. These events further solidified India's hold on the region. Sadly, the Kashmir issue remains unresolved, representing one of the most dangerous flashpoints on the political map. Long before August 15, 1947, even before the trumpets of independence sounded, conflict had already begun. At its heart lay the two-nation theory, the idea that Hindus and Muslims were two separate nations, like two banks of a river, never to merge. The Muslim League, led by Jinnah, dreamed of their own homeland for Muslims, Pakistan. Of course, this idea wasn't universally popular. Opinions were divided. Mahatma Gandhi, a believer in peace and nonviolence, saw India as one, a home for all religions, and the Indian National Congress was against dividing the country based on religion. But, despite Gandhi's best efforts to maintain unity, the political climate grew tense. The demands for a separate Muslim state led to a tragic and bloody partition. The partition of India and Pakistan was marked by unprecedented violence. Mass killings, kidnappings, and forced migration left deep scars on both nations. Key incidents, such as the massacre in Gurdaspur and the violence in Punjab, led to the loss of countless lives. The consequences of these events continue to affect the relationship between India and Pakistan to this day. After the partition of India, Kashmir became a bone of contention. The Maharaja hesitated for a long time, choosing between India and Pakistan. Under threat of invasion in 1947, he decided to join India. Pakistan categorically did not recognize this decision, considering it illegal. The First Kashmir War broke out, becoming the beginning of a protracted conflict. This is not just a territorial dispute, it's a fight for the souls of Kashmiris, for their identity. For India, Kashmir is an integral part of a secular and democratic republic. Pakistan sees Kashmir as unfinished business from the partition, considering it their region. Despite decades of talks, things between India and Pakistan are still tense. The 2008 Mumbai attacks made things even worse, kind of like a new Cold War between the two countries. Terrorism across the border is a big problem for anyone trying to make peace. The line of control in Kashmir is a dangerous place, like a bomb waiting to go off. People around the world are asking India and Pakistan to be smart and talk to each other. But sadly, politicians often care more about themselves than about peace. Lots of people in both countries are very patriotic, and that makes it hard to find a solution everyone likes. Because nobody trusts each other, even a small problem can turn into a big fight. The shadow of terrorism hangs over the region. Sadly, this conflict has become a breeding ground for terrorism. Militants from Pakistan have carried out countless attacks on Indian soil. These acts of violence undermine trust between the two countries. The 2008 Mumbai attacks brought this critical issue to the world's attention. India accuses Pakistan of harboring terrorist groups, which seriously complicates the fight against them and threatens the safety of Indian citizens. The international community is pressuring Pakistan to take decisive action against these groups. Using terrorism as a tool of state policy undermines trust between countries. Fear of cross-border incursions has led to increased militarization. The nuclear tightrope. The presence of nuclear weapons adds another layer of complexity and danger to this conflict. Since 1998, India and Pakistan have been engaged in a dangerous nuclear arms race. The risk of accidental or unauthorized use of nuclear weapons is a constant threat hanging over the region. The unstable geopolitical situation only makes these fears worse. The international community must actively promote measures to reduce the nuclear threat. Confidence-building measures, such as a hotline between the country's leaders, are crucial for reducing risks. The specter of nuclear war hangs over the relationship between the two countries. Dialogue, diplomacy, and peaceful coexistence are necessary to avoid a catastrophe. But these two countries also share some things in common. Despite political differences, India and Pakistan share a rich cultural heritage. From traditional dance and music to architectural masterpieces, the shared past resonates in both countries. Festivals like Diwali and Eid are celebrated with equal fervor, showcasing the deep cultural ties that bind these two nations together. The ongoing territorial disputes between India and Pakistan remain a serious problem. These conflicts are not just about land, they also have strategic and geopolitical consequences. The disputed regions, especially Kashmir, are of huge strategic importance. Both countries maintain a significant military presence which increases tension and affects stability in the region. The rise of religious nationalism in India and Pakistan has really changed how people see themselves and their country. In India, Hindu nationalism has become a major force, shaping political discussions and decisions. In Pakistan, Islamic nationalism has played a key role in building the country's identity and political scene. India and Pakistan both wanted to feel safe and be recognized by other countries. To achieve this, they talked with other nations, built up their armies and joined global organizations. Wanting to be safe often led to an arms race, while wanting to be recognized encouraged them to participate actively in international forums. The issue of fairness and the right to self-determination in disputed areas is still a really big deal. Efforts to solve it are ongoing, and the fate of millions of people directly depends on it. The growing military strength of both India and Pakistan has seriously affected their defense strategies. Year after year, both countries have invested heavily in modernizing their armies. And all of this isn't just an arms race, it's the result of years of conflict and tension in the region. India and Pakistan have impressive armed forces. Their capabilities cover both traditional and non-traditional types of warfare. India's military strength is backed by a large army, a modern air force, and a significant naval presence. Pakistan maintains a strong defense with a well-trained army, a strategic air force, and a growing navy. Both countries also possess nuclear weapons, which adds a critical aspect to their military strategies. The shift from traditional wars to proxy conflicts has really changed how India and Pakistan interact over the decades. Nationalism in both India and Pakistan began to grow very quickly, and all of this seriously damaged any attempts at talking to each other. The more these feelings grew, the higher the tension became, and the relationship between the two countries got more and more fragile. The current situation between India and Pakistan remains very unstable. Despite ongoing diplomatic efforts, the potential for conflict is very high. This fragile balance is a serious threat to stability in the region. If you found this video informative, please support our channel by subscribing and liking this video. This helps us a lot in creating new, interesting content. Goodbye.